Hello. So, making today. Sorry, I'm hot. I'm drinking. Not alcohol. Sorry. Let's start again. I'm making a collage journal entry. I thought I might film some of these as I go along. Yeah, just to see how I get on with it. Your input, welcome, constructive ideas, feedback, thoughts. Yeah, so I went to a pen meetup the other day. I've filmed a swatching video. I'm not sure. That will probably go up first. So this might be like part 2. And I will insert some footage here. Shauna and I went to the London Graphic Center. First we went to Muji and I got a notebook and this cool little toothbrush holder, which you can put a pen in and you can put an ink vial in. It's very handy for that. And then we went to London Graphic because she wanted to get some Schaefer cartridges because they have them, so you don't have to order them online. It's very beat up. This was the last one. This is the lilac, which she already had, so I took this one. And she gave me a couple of other colors. So this one is blush and this one is rose. And I thought she gave me an apricot. I may have lost that in my bag somewhere. Yeah, so she made a video with those in it, so go check out her video. I'll try and find which one it was and put it in my community post if I can remember. Yeah, so I wanted to at the London Graphic Center, if you've not been there, they have they do have some pens. They have Kavecos and Kaveco ink, and I think Conklins. They also have some Lamy Safaris, and they have Traveler's Notebook. Then they have is it Toyo toolboxes. They have like all of them, so every size, every color. And then I was also interested in looking at the watercolor paper, and they have like a whole section of just watercolor paper. And yeah, but it's all fairly heavy, and some of it's a little bit cheaper than others, but I just wanted some cheap. I don't care if it's buckling kind, like I want it to be a bit on the thin side because I want to use ink on it and then sort of tear it up and use it for collaging. So they didn't really have, I couldn't find anything that would really work for that. So I might need to just go find like something at maybe Ryman's, or I don't know. I'll hunt around. If you have any suggestions though for kind of thin, cheap watercolor paper on Amazon or somewhere, please do recommend. So Shauna gave me a bunch of collaging supplies to get me started and some stickers. Then I have the stickers I bought at Miso Paper. And I actually have some other stickers, but let me see if I can find them. Okay, I did find some other bits. I totally forgot about these washi tapes I bought. Yeah, cats indoors. that probably isn't gonna suit this, but these might work. And then I forgot Shauna gave me these Coffee Monster ones, drinking coffee, and I've got one of those templates for lettering, so maybe I will use that. I do have a different one somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Anyway, my desk is messy. I'm a messy person. That's just the way it be. So this is my now dedicated collage journal. So I did a live with Shauna where I collage. She did resin. People watched it. It's just it was just an experiment, but it was my first collage project as an adult. So yeah. So I'm gonna do this next page. So my idea, I did want to come with some semblance of an idea, because otherwise I'll just sit here. This video will take me 10 years to film, and obviously I would edit it down, but it would just be even messier than usual. So I have all these inks that people gave me. I did make a swatching video, like I said, so you can go watch that. But I wanted to just put a little drop of each color. And yeah, I wanted to just put some bits around it. So since we were in London, I thought this might work. It's quite big though, and you don't get the gap part. Mind the gap, which is kind of the whole point of the experience. But I might cut some of this off, so you get a little bit of the runner. And then I'm gonna, sorry Shauna, I know you tore that on purpose, but I'm gonna cut it down. It's unfortunate. I could do it this way. Should I just do it that way maybe? I'm gonna put it in the top. So I was thinking, because it doesn't reach, then there's this weird white space up there where I could do a title. Random bits. It's a little bit street art-y. Making happy memories with you, my friend, which I kind of like because that's what it is. You go to the pen meetup and you share inks and pens and talk about the related stuff, and it's nice and relaxing. It's a good time and everyone's really cool. I did go into a postmark because I was looking just for, because they sell like origami papers and stuff, so I thought those might be good for collaging with. And they had some, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And unfortunately, that postmark in Liverpool Street, they had the candy color Lamy Safaris, and I really wanted to get the blue one. And I should have just bought it last time when I went there, but I didn't, and then now it's gone. I kind of want to cut this down because I want a space to put like dabs of the ink, and then I guess another space to put some stickers. Let me cut this down a bit. And there's a store. So we met in Covent Garden, and there's this cool little bookstore I didn't know about. I think it's I'll put it here. But it's yeah, it's a bookstore with a little cafe in it, so good for journaling. And it's in this nice little quiet corner in Covent Garden, so it's kind of off one of the main street there. But it's got two entrances, so two sides. So, and then when you come out the other side, there's like a little, kind of almost like a courtyard where the buildings have formed, and there's some benches there you can sit and hang out, and a little sun trap. It was really nice. I'd really like to go back there and hang out at some point. I'm just looking at this and wondering, should I do this instead? That might be better. That might be better. Sorry, I was just reminded of that song. Oh, so silly. I might like you better if we slept together. Ouch. Yeah. It was the 80s, you know. I kind of was realizing the other day how much sex was in the music that I listened to as a teenager in the 80s. And I don't know if my mother realized, like, at the time, I probably didn't think about it too much. Like, I probably thought, oh, it's a bit scandalous, or, oh, cheeky. Like, listen to me, look at me, 13, 14 years old, listening to these lyrics by these adults. Yeah, but I was sort of thinking about it the other day. I was re-listening to some music, and I was just like, oh, gosh, did I remember there was this much sex in pop music from the 80s? Maybe there always was, I guess. In my mother's era, it was a little more tame, but yeah. Anyway. All right, next. Okay, so what I wanted to do was do some dabbing. I tried to put these in color orders. So I've got some greens, I've got some blues, and I've got some reds and a purple. And just make like little dots across to show all the ink I got. I'm not gonna write down the names or anything, I'm just gonna do these little dabs. Right, so there are my little dollops of those inks. I can do, so, oh, these are closed, right. I was gonna try and swatch the cartridges, but you have to prick them and then they'll be open to the air. So probably shouldn't do that, Michaela. Right. So after the pen meetup, we also went to the Starbucks, which I kind of regret because I went to get a matcha latte, but for some reason they were just, I mean, it was busy and they only had one person taking orders and one person making the coffee, and the person making the coffee was only making dairy drinks, and I didn't have a dairy drink because I have soy in my latte. And Um, I don't know why she was only making dairy drinks. Maybe that's all she knew how to make. I don't know. Um, but it was frustrating because Sean and I ordered, and then like everybody after us was getting their coffee made, and we're just standing there like, what the hell? And you know, you try, because it was busy. I was trying to be patient, try to be understanding. You know, you have no idea what's up. And then they finally brought out a second person, and she finally caught up the drinks. But like, Sean and I didn't get to hang out. Like, she had to go catch her train. So I just stood there waiting for my drink. Yeah, I had so much coffee today. Because it's so hot, yeah, I had a lot of coffee today. And at the event, or at the meetup, I had, like, not just, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I drank loads of Coke at the event. I had Coke at home, like Diet Coke, and then I had coffee. I can't tell if that's supposed to have cream in it, but whatever. I just randomly put it there. And it was weird. It was hot. I was walking around in the sun. I'm still not like recovered, not just from that day, but the previous week, last week, went out with colleagues from work, and we were walking around in the sun, and it was a lot. And I keep saying that because it was. I'm sorry. I'm just a bit. I should have filmed this on a different day, but I thought I had an inspiration to use some of this stuff and film a video. And I feel like you should film a video when you get the inspiration. I'm gonna have to dig through these and find all the pen things. I thought I had them, but... Right, here's me on the tube, going to the Londons. I mean, I do regularly. I mean, I don't ride the tube to London, but riding the tube around London. Oh, and when I left, got more things to complain about. Yeah, it was just because it's hot on the tube. Like, a lot of the tube lines are not air conditioned in London, especially like older ones. Yeah, the older ones are not well air conditioned, so it's hot, and some of the lines weren't working, so I had to take there's like a couple of different routes I can take to go to this meetup, and to leave I had to take the long route, unfortunately. But it was good. I mean, I always enjoy going to the meetup. People are really cool, like I said. And we always have a good time talking about our pens and sharing our pens. I should probably do this when I have more energy, more focus, more, I don't know. But today I had so much caffeine. I made myself 2 iced coffees, like huge ones. And then I've had loads of Diet Cokes. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know what. But I'm like, you'd think I'd be so like hyper, but I'm not actually. Clearly, I drink a lot of caffeine as it is, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. I hope these will line up. They might not, so be prepared. Be prepared to laugh at my ridiculousness. I've already, yeah. Yep. Michaela, what are you doing with your life? I don't know. I've been struggling, to be honest, like mentally. And the heat doesn't make it any easier. I've also been struggling medically. I've had some illness. I fell down a couple times. I hurt myself really badly the last time. Smashed a glass all over myself. I just, I try to get up and dust myself off. Just persevere, move on with my life. I'm not dead, so I don't know, like, what else to say about that, but I think it all just kind of, at a certain point, it all just kind of gets to you, and you're just like, I need a breath. And the thing is, I had like a week off from work, but it wasn't enough. I need more time to just chillax or something. Do I need these? I feel like I don't. I feel like I've added a lot of stuff. What was the date of the meetup? So let me use my TWSBI, which is filled with Ferris wheel press, Moss Park green now. What is today's date? I don't even know. Alright, I'm just gonna write. I'm hoping this is right. I can't believe it's like June is almost over. 2025. I don't know how that's possible. And that's right. I got some. I said to Shauna, do you want to go to Star Crack? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, that's what we always call it in New York. We call it Star Crack. I also had McDonald's. I was really, because I got up so early to meet her. But then the pen meet wasn't for a while, and then we were walking around. I made her go to McDonald's. She didn't get anything. It was just me. I don't have any burger. I don't think I should have burgers. All the food in these stickers is all like cake and stuff. So, I should get some like regular food too. I mean, there must be. There were so many stickers at that the miso paper event. It was kind of overwhelming. I couldn't really take it all in. Like, I know I took video, but like when I watch the video, when I was making the video, I was trying to film all the stickers. I was just like, I can't even see what I'm looking at. There's so much stuff. That's not a complaint, by the way. It was just like an observation that, yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to process when there's that much information in front of me. It's hard for me to process. I've been thinking about trying to get an assessment. Oh, here we go. Here's an ink one. I've been thinking about getting an assessment for ADHD, because you can do that. So I'm gonna look into that to just definitively find out, do I have that or not have that. I keep thinking that's a burger, but it's a crock pot. It's all Japanese food, basically. Which is fine. I love Japanese food, but I did not eat Japanese food on this particular day. I ate naughty, cheap American food, like the naughty, cheap American I am. Right, this is my little collage. It's not quite how I imagined it. is mainly stickers. I probably should have looked. The thing is, I don't have a lot of things like papers and photos from magazines and things yet, so still kind of building up a little collection. Yeah, but like I said, do you journal? Do you collage? Do you sticker? Do you diarize? What do you do? Let me know in the commentos. Thank you for sticking with me. I'll probably heavily edit this video because it's a rambly mess. Bye. So I'd run out of steam, and then I was sitting here looking at what I'd done, and I was like, wow, this is so basic. So I tried to enhance it a little bit. I went over some bits, just added some color. Just tried to make the stickers stand out a little bit more in places. I tried to write in London Graphic Center, but then I went over it and that didn't work. But yeah, I'm still figuring out what I want to do when I do this. How much I want to do, how much I don't want to do, how much white space I want or don't want. I also have to think about the limitations of my supplies and my own artistic abilities or lack thereof. So I just need to utilize that more, unlock it a little bit more. Anyway, thought I would show you what I added. So it's not as clean as it was. So anyway, bye.